morning, everyone. This is Lisa from Happytohook Creations, and today is Friday. Woo woo! We made it to Friday, you guys. I've got my incredible shirt on today because I'm like, they're gonna wonder what the heck that is. It is July 5th. I hope everyone had a wonderful 4th of July and safe one as well. I've got a lot I need to do today, so it's pretty early. Is it 7? Hold on. It is 7:04. So hopefully this will be uploaded in the next few hours. Let's see. Everyone's still asleep except for Jack, who is at work right now. He usually leaves for work right at 7 o'clock. He left and I'm like, yeah, let me make me a cup of coffee and get upstairs and get this video done. I needed to make it early because I've got items that are going in. Sorry, I'm looking at some stuff here and some like fuzz. I'm going to be putting them or packaging these items and shipping them off because they're already sold. So again, I hope everyone had a wonderful and safe 4th of July. We had fireworks. It was like crazy. It was all over the place. And the grandkids loved it, and that's what's important. They had a great time. Okay, now, before we get started with all of this stuff, oh, I don't know if there's, did I let a fly in here? Hold on, you guys. I don't like flies. It drives me insane. Oh, maybe not. Nothing came out of there. It might just be because I was using yarn. I was in here, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what time. I don't know. It was after midnight because I was, like, texting and emailing some people. It's like, they're probably wondering what I'm doing up. But sometimes I just like to stay up. When I've got multiple days off in a row, like this time, I've got 4 days off. I just want to make sure that I utilize that time well. I got a really good night's sleep. You know, what else can you ask for, right? My grandbabies are still sleeping, and I'm going to bribe them to do the dishes. I had to make another batch of Rotel dip. My grandson, he's just like, Nana, I think I only got like one bowl when you made it last weekend. And I'm like, no. You got more than one bowl, but lucky for you, when I know you're coming, I make sure that I have all the ingredients. I had everything I needed to make my Rotel dip, so. And I always, you know how you buy the Rotel in the can? They give you like, this is my opinion, okay, I'm just saying. They give you like 90% tomatoes and 10% green chilies. So I always have to put in, I get like one of those extra large cans of green chili. Usually you have like the little half. They've got them a little bit bigger. And I add that to my Rotel dip. So I also mix it. I don't just rely on Velveeta. They have canned nacho cheese sauce and cheddar cheese sauce as well. So I just get the small container of Velveeta. That stuff's got a lot of salt in it, not as much in the cans. So I get a small thing of Velveeta. I believe it's a 16 ounce. Chop it up, but you know, block it up, put that in the crock pot with a pound of cooked sausage. I do not use hamburger. And then I put 2 cans of Rotel and then 1 can of green chili. And just let it cook till everything's nice and melted. And then my grandson eats it all. And that's how we do that. So it's July 5th, you guys. It is Friday. If anyone is having a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're having an anniversary today, congratulations and happy anniversary to you. And again, I hope you guys had a safe day yesterday if it was your birthday or anniversary. I hope today that you spend your special day with people that you love and you have good food. That's important. You know, why not? I'm just saying. Why not? Oh, and I did take a sip of coffee. So today, my daughter brought me over, and I'm probably going to say this wrong, but it's English toffee, but it's Bridgerton. I've never seen the show, you guys. I know people are gasping right now. They're like, oh, what? But yeah, I've never seen the show. But it's called Bridgerton, I guess. Bridgerton, however you guys say it. That's the creamer. It's English toffee. She got it for me. So I'm gonna, you know, I'm obligated. She always does things like that for me because she's my boo-boo. And it's not bad. I'm just used to not drinking coffee with creamer, but Abby will use it for iced coffee. And I had to try it at least once, and it's not bad. Okay, so, let's see. If you're new to my channel, I always forget this part, but if you are new to my channel, hi, thank you so much for stopping by. You are more than welcome here. I do have social media platforms. I am not only on YouTube, you can also find me on TikTok, which is the least of my active social media platforms, Instagram, Pinterest, and I am also on Facebook. Now, I do have a Facebook page that is attached to my Instagram, so whenever I post, it automatically goes over to my Facebook page. You will know that you have the right page if you would like to be part of our group, because it says private group, and it'll have you answer one question. There's just one question, that's it, and then you are in the group. Keep everything, you know, crochet related or knitting. If you knit, that's fine too. We like to do free crochet patterns. Every once in a while, someone will post something. If it is a paid for pattern, they will give you the link. We like posting pictures of our makes. I'm doing a greeting card crochet along right now. It's a monthly thing. I pick 2 winners at the end of the month. And when I remember, who said that? When I remember, I send them, I have little gifts, little yarny gifts that I like to send to 2 winners. Let's see, what else? Everything else. Oh, and I also have an Etsy shop. So you can go over there, take a look at the items that I have for sale. You can, you know, favorite some of the items because it really does help to find me and my products. And again, I really appreciate you stopping by to see what this is about. If you love yarn and you like crocheting and life chatting, you're definitely in the right place. And you're like, right, if you're stopping by, you'll probably notice these 4 right here will probably stay. Actually, I have to include that. This is the discontinued Red Heart ice cream yarn. They have ice cream yarn now. It's I believe it's acrylic. So this is the first batch that they started making that is a cotton acrylic blend from a few years back, but they discontinued it. So I use that sparingly, but I have already started in the orange. I started making a dress. It's a bag o' day dress because I love Crystal's dress patterns so much, and they're just perfect for that. So anyway, I've got, you know, there's lots of hodgepodge here. It's all going to be straightened up, but when I buy yarn and then I'm putting boxes together, mystery yarns, I'm still going through my yarn. It's a process. So, you know, you'll look at this video and some things might be the same and some things might be different. Like, yeah, that's my magic yarn. I plan on doing something with that. That's ice yarns, and it's absolutely beautiful. I did sell a few skeins of it on Etsy, and now I'm holding on to those last 3 because I really think I would love to make a bohemian vest with it. I think it looks so nice. So anyway, again, I appreciate you being here. I love to drink coffee. I drink tea every once in a while, but usually I do my videos in the morning before I go to work. I do work full time. And, you know, crochet in my pastime, when I'm waiting on my clients, just about every day, believe it or not. Because someone asked me that question and I said, yeah, I crochet just about every day. It may just be for an hour. Could be for 30 minutes because I'm so busy. But I pretty much crochet every day. I take a bag with me in my car. I travel 3 days a week for work, sometimes 4, depending on my client's needs. And yeah, that's why I'm able to get so much done. And I'm off on the weekends. And when I'm not doing a craft show, I'm home. I always have a grandbaby or 2 or 3 visiting. And I call them my grandbabies, guys, but the ones that are visiting me today are 11 and 13. They've actually been here since yesterday. So, nope, Yeah, day before yesterday, actually. I was like, no, they got here on the 3rd. Because it was Wednesday, and I made sure to have them. My daughter called, and I'm like, oh yeah, bring them over. Said, I'm done with work until Monday, so I'd love to see them. It's such a great feeling. I just can't tell you how much joy it brings me to even spend, 5 minutes with my grandbabies, getting a hug, them telling me what they've done today, showing me what they've done. Some of them draw. Some of them like to put little videos together and edits. So my granddaughter, she's 11. She's the one that recorded the video of me holding my purple bag and showing all that yarn. I did not take all that yarn on vacation, but I did take 3 bags. That's why I got so many hats done. I took that purple bag, I filled it to the brim with I Love This Cotton from Hobby Lobby. And I just reached in there and grabbed one, and each hat made one, or used up one skein of yarn. If I ran low because I was changing the stitch up a little bit, I just reached in there and got a solid color that matched and put it on the edging. So it was really great. It was really great. So yeah. And again, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. So let's see, we've got that. Any other things that I speak about, hopefully, if I remember, I will have it linked in the description box below. But this video, it is my Frogger to finish it, and I had to get it done early because I want to make sure that I get the postman. I don't have any packages at the post office right now. So if he comes, I have a little a chair and a table on my porch, and so I moved the table over to the other side of my front door and put all the packages that I'm shipping out, and then he knows to get them. And I felt really bad because between the mystery boxes and regular orders, sometimes he has like several things, and he's only carrying his bag with him. But I noticed he parks up the street, so when he knows he has extra, he just finishes off, crosses the street, goes back up to his car, and then comes and drives back down and picks it up. So I know it's taken care of, and I've never had a problem. And he's just wonderful. Knock on wood. He's been our mailman for several years. So our first one, Kathy, she retired. Oh, I just loved her. But I like Travis too. Okay, now enough chit chat. Let me show you what I made and what I plan on making. All right, so yesterday, where's it at? Yesterday I showed you guys some yarn. Here it is. I showed you guys some pom-pom yarn. And there's this one. I'm gonna be working on this one. While I'm talking to you, maybe I could just start a little bit of it. Anyway, in my thing, I don't know who it was that said this. It was some tutorial when I was just getting started with like chenille type yarn. I can't find anything. My needles, I must have, there they are. I was like, I know they're somewhere. They're my clover hooks. I gotta have them. These are, I keep them on the ready, as they say. So I've got my K hook, L, and I believe an M. Yes. So when you get started on this, to keep it from pulling, start with a larger hook and make your, well, this is the Loaf Cat. I don't know if anyone's ever made them, but you have to start with a chain of 8 single crochets. So I'm going to put those in here real quick but if you use a larger hook, it's not so hard to close it up. I love it. And I was watching a tutorial, I wish I could remember who said that. Maybe it was the lady for the gummy bear. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, guys, when you use a larger hook, it pulls so much easier. I've tried to use the recommended hook size, or sometimes when you're making amigurumi, you want to go down a size because you want it to be a nice tight stitch. And it just kept pulling, like, man, what is wrong with this yarn? So I didn't like it, and I was like, I'm not sure if I want to do this. But then, yeah, I went to make that, and she's like, by the way, if anyone has had any problems with chenille, and I'm like, that's me. I've had problems with it. It makes me crazy. So yeah, and then you just take it out and use, I use a K-hook when I'm using this yarn. So then it cinches perfectly fine. And then you can just start your next row. And I always leave a little tail. So this right here, just an FYI, guys, before we get into everything. When I make my first round, this is my stitch marker. That's why I leave such a long tail. And then when I'm done, when I have my 16, because I'm going to put 2 in each stitch around, because I started with 8, then I'm going to put this here after the end of the last stitch, and then just keep going. I've always done it that way, although I have some really great stitch markers. I don't like putting stitch markers in the chenille. Like if I'm working on a shawl or something, or a new hat pattern that I might need to do that, I usually don't. I try not to do anything too crazy when it comes to my hats. It's either going to be a Stormy Waters hat, a Divine hat, or basic beanie. I don't know. I don't really stray. I am looking for new hat patterns though. I've made the Lisa stitch in the chunky yarn. That works out well. But anyway, that's what I do. So if anyone's struggling with the chenille yarn when they just start up, just use a larger hook, and that really does help. So, all right. So now that I've got this started, I feel like I got it started. I can't stop now. But I wanted to show you guys what I made last night. And someone reached out to me. Her name is Bonnie. So Bonnie, if you're watching, thank you so much for your order. I hadn't made it yet, but she said, you know, I really like the color of that yarn. When you make the loaf cat, I would like to purchase it. And I'm like, okay, not a problem at all. And she is the best type of customer because she's a repeat customer. And I just love it. And I like to send little messages on the receipts or the invoices just as a thank you, and you know, a little extra stuff in there, just little extra stickers and stuff like that. I definitely don't want that to get cold. I don't mind cold coffee. I prefer hot though. So I'll drink it. Abigail has just been on me about drinking iced coffee, and it's like, I want my coffee hot right now. I was like, I'll deal with that later. Okay, so let's see. What do I start with first? All right, so okay, so yesterday when I showed you guys the yarn. Oh, and I did frog something last night. I probably should have waited, but that's okay. I want to frog this one, but I don't think I have the means to do it because I only purchased one in this color. So I was a little upset last night because, hold on, I need my scissors. Oh, there's a straggler. There's just a little bit. And I don't have my tag. Where is my tag? Hold on, let me see. It's probably this one. Parfait. Yep, this is it. Okay, so remember I told you I got a brown one. So the Parfait Chunky Pom-Pom. And this is called Caramel Crunch. So I told you I wanted to see if I could get at least 2 things out of that skein of yarn. And I don't like his tail. I was not paying attention. I think I told you guys I was not paying attention, and it just got a little out of whack. So this is Caramel Crunch. So that's what this guy's name is. Caramel Crunch. And there he is with his little legs. And then guess what? I got an octo out of him as well. I did. Now I didn't have enough. If I make a smaller one, I could use Rel's pattern. Because I made a loaf cat, I didn't have a lot of that left over. And I love the way her tentacles look. This one is Crochet by Jenna. So far, they're the only 2 patterns that I use. So when I make a octo out of the blanket yarn, out of the like the number 6 blanket yarn, I like to use Rel's because they are a lot bigger, and the kids really like them too. And I love the way the tentacles look. So yeah, I was able to get 1 cat and 1 octo out of the skein of yarn, and this was the leftover. it's for Jordan. Now, she's growing her hair out. And I told her, I said, can I borrow that? Last night I had to put my hair up. It was hot. So yeah, it's getting longer. It needs to get trimmed. So yeah. Who can't use a new scrunchie, right? Okay. So this is Caramel Crunch. He is done. I'm going to put him right there. And I think I overstuffed this guy. But I just kind of roll it around a little bit. Kind of do it like this. And then he just turns out to be this nice shaped little octo. So I'm going to put him right there with his little cat friend. And then the one that Bonnie mentioned, which is getting packaged up today. Actually, as soon as I'm done with this video, because I want her to get this as soon as possible. When she reached out to me and asked me if she could have the cat when I made it, I made sure that the tail was what I wanted. And here is the ultraviolet pom-pom loaf cat. And the loaf cat pattern is from Annie Caraway Arts, I believe, yeah. And I'll put the link in the description box below. But, oh my gosh, that's some super cuteness. Look at this guy. And yes, I was able to make an octo. So he's a lot smaller. I think I don't know why. I've got this. I didn't make anything with it. This is what's left over. But I don't know why he's smaller than this one. Isn't that weird? I used the K-hook for both. But then when I noticed, so this is what I think is what happened, I hope. Because I still had enough to do this one. I don't know, actually. Yeah, sometimes you get more yarn than you do. I'm just excited because I got an octo. And then I got a loaf kitty, which will be going to its new home today to Miss Bonnie. So Bonnie, thank you for ordering it. She reached out to me. She goes, man, that was quick. And I told her, I go, yeah, I get really excited when I get new yarn and I want to try a pattern out with the new yarn because I've never used the pom-pom yarn before. It's super, super soft. I mean, wowza. And I do love the little speckles. So, yeah. So with this, I did try to do a stingray. And I had everything. I was able to get all the way up to row 16 before I had just enough to make maybe 2 or 3 stitches. So you're supposed to get 18 rows out of this, 18 stitches. And then after you do your increase on either end. And then you do one more row of single crochets all the way across, which should still be 18. But then you have your 2 rows for the head. I didn't have enough. So I just pulled it out. Oops, sorry. That was me. I just pulled it out last night and I'm like I said, I'm perfectly happy with getting a loaf cat and an octo. So the octo is going to go here. I'm going to put the loaf cat over here because I'm going to put him in a box and ship him today. So there he goes. All right. So this is like loaf cat video, I feel. I did make 2 octos. So just know I made 2 octos. Okay. So then I had, and again, no, that's this one. And I gotta remember to get my, I thought maybe I might have snuck or tucked the tag in. This is usually the bin that I take in the living room with me. It's kind of overflowing with yarn right now. You know, just making octos, and I'm going to be making bumblebees because I ran out of those as well. So yeah, it's kind of like a mishap right now. But anyway, I had a blanket yarn. I believe it was called Grayscale. I don't know. It was black, gray, and white. I made 1 loaf cat out of that yarn. It was the 10.5 ball, 220 yards. And I made 1 cat because I didn't have the pattern with me. So I was trying to remember. I think I made an extra round because it was a little bit fatter than the normal loaf cats. So I think had I had the pattern with me and remembered, because I was like, okay, what row am I on? Whatever. I think I made an extra row, or maybe I used a larger hook. Either way, he turned out a lot bigger, not a lot, but bigger than the other one that was with the pattern. So I'm going to show you, because I didn't have enough to finish the third cat, because I've already made one cat out of this yarn and sold it. It sold at my last craft show. But, oh, not that one. So this is the one I just kind of free-handed because I've been making a bunch. So, oh, and he has 2 different colored eyes. No, that was not done on purpose. My granddaughter was like, oh, Nana, did you notice? And I'm like, I should not put eyes on in the dark. Or like when there's no light on and we're watching TV. Because I was just like working. I'm like, oh yeah, I can see fine. But then I go to someone's house and their cat has 2 different eye color. I mean, even humans have it. It's this big long name. Like Mila Kunis, she has it. But I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with this cat? And then I met this lady who has a cat with 2 different eyes. And I only thought humans had that. I really did. I didn't think that animals would have that same. Man, I think it starts like with an H or something. Anyway, guys, look it up. Mila Kunis, she has it. There's several people that do. And all it means is one eye is one color and the other eye is another color. That's it. So he's got 1 green eye and 1 brown eye, and I think he's adorable. But I wanted to use this instead of the black because I wasn't sure how this pattern was going to look when I was done, like putting the eyes. I kind of set him over a little bit further, but that's okay. And see, you can't even see that his little nose is on there. You have to really look because of the way the yarn works. But I do love this yarn. I mean, look at the pattern it makes. I think it's pretty cool. It makes a really neat pattern. So I think he's adorable. Someone's going to love him and give him a home. And then with the last of the yarn, I love this one. I love it because it's variegated, right? Look at how his ears turned out. 1 white ear and 1 black ear. I didn't plan it that way. I gave this one blue eyes and a white tail because I didn't have enough yarn to finish his tail off. I crocheted it. I don't know where it was, but it was, where did he go? Right there. I think that's it. Yeah, this is all I got left. And I was like, well, that's not gonna work. Can you imagine? That's like a stub. So this is all I had left out of that complete ball or skein of blanket yarn. And I had some white, so I just gave him a white tail since he has a white ear and blue eyes. And this little guy, just, you know, I'll probably list him in the shop if I remember to get some pictures taken today. But I thought he was really cute. And again, I just love the pattern. So I'm going to have to buy more of this yarn because this turned out really cute. I like it. But this is the actual pattern. And this one is the one I did freehand. Do you see the difference? See how much wider it is? See, he's a little bit bigger. Not much, but he's a little bit bigger. He's definitely wider. So he's just really short and stubby. So I think if he would have been made, and you can tell at the top too. If he had been made, this is the pattern, this is freehand. I like the pattern better on the freehand one, but look at that. Anyway, those are my 2 love cats. And I just really love this little guy with the white tail. So, and I like him because he has 2 different colored eyes. So I'm going to put him over here with the Miss Bonnie's order. And the love cats, guys, the pattern is, it is a paid for pattern, but she does not charge very much at all. And it's worth it. It's worth it in my opinion. Okay, so the next thing and the last thing that I have to show you, because everything else I'm going to get, oh, I'm going to get more loaf cats done today. What was I going to make? Loaf cats and octos. More of those today. And then I wanted to do something else. I think gummy bears. I think this might make, I don't know, might make a small gummy bear. I'm going to see, and you know, how much I need. This doesn't require a lot of yarn, but I'll use maybe an H hook and we'll see what happens. And I'll come back on here and show you guys if I'm able to make a gummy bear out of that. But there's not a lot, and I just don't want to waste it. I want to use up as much as I possibly can. So we're going to do that. Let's see. Okay, so the only thing I had to frog was the purple. It was kind of hard, though, because now I've got, like, this little string that's hanging out that should be with the yarn. But I tried to cut it as good, you know, as close as I could. So we just got to roll it around in there. It's kind of like wrapped. But hopefully a gummy bear. All right, then, guys, then I made this one. This was the Bernat blanket tweed that I purchased. And it is by Woodland Tweed. I showed that yesterday. Here's what I have left. It was a hot mess. I could not get it out of the middle. So I had to pull it from the outside. Because I tried both ends and it was frustrating me because I absolutely could not get the start of this yarn. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it from the outside. So I will be making another loaf cat with that yarn. I will probably be purchasing more. I'm going to see how this color does in my shop. But let me just say, he's adorable. Look at this guy. Isn't he so cute? I love the color. I just love it. I love it. And this yarn is good. Good to use. Nothing too fancy. I don't do the butts. I just put on, and I don't do whiskers. The whiskers were driving me insane. I agree with Jenna. She said the same thing after I'd made a few loaf cats, and then she bought the pattern, and she also makes the two-tone loaf cats. I haven't made those yet, but she made some with the whiskers, and she also decided that they looked, you can definitely tell that's a cat. So, and then I thought, well, I can just put, you know, tie on thread or something for whiskers to stick out. I don't want to give that to a child. So, I mean, I'm still really leery about the safety eyes. So I do have a sign up on my table to let them know that they should not be given to a child under the age of 3. Whether they listen or not, I don't know, but it's there. So, and I glue them on also. I've got like, oh, where is it? I have this container of glue. Is that it? Oh, no, that's my hand sanitizer. Anyway, I put that around the eye, and then I find a spot. It's just fabric glue. So just to make sure these are good and secure. And I had to start doing that when I started making chickens because of how you make the chickens. Sometimes the stupid eye goes right through there. Oh, so frustrating. It's so frustrating. I'm like, no. And then they had it at the dollar store. And it's just like some fabric glue and like a goldish brown bottle. Takes an hour to dry. Perfectly fine. But isn't this guy adorable? And now, let me show you. Gosh, I just feel like maybe I don't have it in here. Which is kind of weird because... So there's another color. There is another color, guys. And it's part of the tweed. And it's, remember I was telling you it's mostly orange? Well, wow, I really thought I got one. Oh, I ordered it. Oh, that's right. I ordered it online. Okay, so when it gets here, I'm going to be making a loaf cat. So, I know I can get another one. Not sure about a third loaf cat, but we're going to find out. Because I'm going to finish this one off. And I'm going to make some. And then, so that was loaf cat. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loaf cats and 2 octos. You guys, those loaf cats, when you've made enough, you'll have it memorized. And then sometimes you'll just free-handed, and it'll turn out a little bit fatter, but still cute. Okay, I got this in my little box here. All right, so then last night, I told you I made 2 scrunchies. Here they are. I've got, here it is. This is the yarn that I purchased from Shein. And, oops. And it's a little bit thicker, so I do like it. I did not like the yarn that I got from Temu. And even Shein, I ordered another batch of yarn and it was a little bit thinner. So I'm done ordering for now because it's just not very, I don't want to say, oh, I know which word. They're not very consistent. So I think I've got plenty because I ordered the bags that had 5 in each one, and all of those are the same. So I'm going to continue. I'll use all of those for my scrunchies, and then I'll switch to, so this, yeah, right there, my Juicy Couture. Now I went to our Joann Fabrics out of town. It's a town that I have to go through every week to see my clients, and I stop by there when I have time. And I did stop there on Wednesday, and they were having a sale, and they did have Juicy Couture there, but it was only 20% off, I believe. Was it 20% off? It was either 20 or 25% off. You guys, it's $10, okay? I just have a hard time. So when it goes on sale for $5.99 and they give me my 20% off coupon that I can use, then it's $5.49. I like that price much better. But they didn't, and I didn't buy any because I still have plenty. But when I run out of this yarn, I'll start using that. Or the velvet. All of this right here, that's all velvet, crushed velvet Bernat. So I have plenty of yarn for scrunchies. I'm not buying any more velvet yarn. I'm good. But these made really good scrunchies, and I love the deep navy blue. So these will be going up on the shop, and I'll probably be able to make 2 more out of this. So that's good. And then I think I showed you guys my little yellow guy. He's just been sitting there all by his little self. He wanted to be seen again because he was lonely. So that's him. And this is velvet yarn from, I love this yarn. I believe it's called Velvet. I know I got it. I bought this when I was with Rose from Rose Likes Crochet when we were together. And it's a really dark green. It's like, I don't know the name. I don't have the band. I don't know what happened to the band. I take them off, and when they frustrate me, when some of them just come right, they just pop right off, and it just makes me crazy. But I did get to make a little stingray. I have black and white yarn. That's also Hobie yarn. It's the Adorable that did really well with octos and stingrays. So I bought another one of those, and I'll be making some more. And then this was one of the first stingrays I ever sold when I first started making the stingrays in February or March. I think it was late February. And I found some leftover yarn. So the undercarriage, the undercarriage is Bernat blanket yarn. And then the top is Aqua, I believe it's the colorway. And it's a really chunky, oh, he's coming out of there. I'm gonna have to fix that. It's a really chunky yarn, but it's Adorable. So Adorable had their jumbo, and then they had their regular. So this was jumbo, and I didn't do as many rows because I wanted it to match the size with this one, but I think it did pretty well. I did not give him a face yet, or a smiley face yet, but this is such a pretty shade of blue. And a little girl bought this one, and then the speckled one that was blue and white, because she bought this as the mom, and then she bought the little one as the baby. So that's, you see, that's pretty good size, different sizes. So I made him last night as well, and he's just super cute. I love him. I love when Jenna from Crochet by Jenna, she goes, hug check. That's like the best ever. Okay, that's it. I'm finally at the end of my makes. I really love that loaf cat, you guys. Oh my goodness. And the Bernat blanket tweeds, the blanket yarn, it's on sale for $8.99 right now. And there's a 20% off coupon. I'm not sure if you can use it. One said online only, curbside, or you can use like $15 if you spend like $30 or something. I don't know. But anyway, I was there. I got a couple. I didn't really, I just got 2. And I know I ordered the dark orange color. I think it's called Sandy. I think. Anyway, when I get it, I'll show it to you guys. Then I'll make a loaf cat and I'll show that to you. But hello, go get you a tweed one. It's adorable. So this color, this was the other color. I'll make a cat. I don't know. It's not really, I'm not really feeling it. But you never know until you make an item out of it. So I'm going to make a loaf cat and see what, how it looks. It could work up and it might be just what I was looking for. But this one's adorable though. I love those colors. Really, really cute. And Miss Bonnie, I will be sending out your cat today. I'm trying to get all packages out, all of them out by today. So it's still like 7 something. It's not quite 8 o'clock yet. It's getting close. It's like 7:45. So I'm going to get off here. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I'm sure I'll see you because when that yarn gets here, I'm hoping it arrives because, you know, I've got today, tomorrow, and Sunday, and I'd really like to make some more loaf cats and then move on to the next thing. Maybe bumblebees or something. I don't know. That's my problem. I try to just make one thing, right? And then I'm constantly coming in this room to get more yarn to make something different. I don't know. I was like, okay. I've made some loaf cats. Okay. But then they're just so stinking cute. They really are. I really like this guy with the eye. So, I don't know. They look adorable. If you have not tried a loaf cat, definitely click on the link below. Buy the pattern. I think it's like $5, maybe $5.50. Might be on sale. I got it when it was on sale. But it's definitely worth it, especially if you plan on using it on your shop or in your shop or in a market. So, yeah. But and here's the thing. Just remember, guys, you don't have to purchase the pattern. That's just what I did. I know that there are several loaf cat patterns or tutorials that are on YouTube right now. If you just change up the hook size and the yarn, it'll probably look very, very similar to the loaf cat. I'm just saying, because I've done that. I mean, since I purchased the pattern, there've probably been 4 tutorials that have popped up. So that's how the crafting world works. It's, you know, and it's right now, loaf cats are very, very popular. So definitely get on the bandwagon if you think it's something that you can make. And I will have all of these that you see, with the exception of the purple one. It's already gone, and that was the only purple one I had. But I will have everything listed in the shop. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow. So if you guys see something that you want, you got to reach out to me. I'll make a personal listing for you, just like I did for Miss Bonnie. That way no one else will get it, and you'll know it's just for you. So other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Your support means everything to me. Now get off of here. I'm going to get off here so you can enjoy your Friday. And I can get back to hooking. So have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. I'll see you when I see you. Happy hooking, everyone. Bye for now.